broadcast serving Hynella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Somerdale, and Stratford.
And we are getting underway here. Sterling Silver Knights basketball for the 2022-2023 season underway as they will take on the West Deptford Eagles to begin the season. Take a look at the last year's standings. Sterling with an impressive 22-6 overall, undefeated in the division, followed by Haddonfield, and you can see West Deptford at the bottom of those standings, 0-10, 7-19 overall.
Here last year, Sterling with a 22-6 record, first in the Colonial Liberty standings. Their offense averaged 56 points per game, defense about 46 points per game. Their top scorers were Jimmy Zingaro and Andrew Tummings. And then for West Deptford, last year 7-19, 6th in the Colonial Liberty. Offense putting up 47 points per game and defense at 54 points, as you saw some of their top scorers as well. Sergio Morel being their top scorer, 15 points per game, as well as Cole Ambrosius. And those ones in yellow you see are seniors from last year that are not here with us anymore.
Take a look at the last meeting, which is February 15th, 2022. Sterling won pretty handily, 72-38. As you see, Zingaro, who graduated with 20 points. Device Robinson with 13, Tummings with 13, Ermel with 7, and CJ Mundell, the only returning starter from that squad, with 8. Take a look on the West Deptford side. 12 from Cole Ambrosius and 8 from Beecroft, who were their seniors last year.
You look at the keys to the game for Sterling. One of the keys, they got to have faith, man. That's one of the big things. You just got to have faith, got to have discipline, and you got to have patience here for Sterling as they're trying to get things done in their home opener. As we'll look at these Sterling starters.
Marquise Holloway, Travis Schmidt, and Julian Johnson will be the starters for your Sterling Silver Knights tonight. Introducing some of the starters here tonight. And guys, a bit of familiar faces, some new ones. Teams got to show off the chemistry they've developed in the beginning of the season. It's their first test tonight against West Deptford. What are your thoughts going into it?
Yeah, it's early on, and not so much a rebuilding year because you've got a couple of guys in CJ Mundell and James McFadden who have experience and played before, but a much different year than last year, where most of the roles were established early on, and they were guys who had a lot of experience. This year, guys are going to be playing for roles, and I think, one thing I saw there when I saw patience, they have to have patience and trust in themselves and the program, but it's also going to be a situation where the coaches have to have patience in some of these guys, and it's definitely going to be a team that's going to be, I think, a lot better in Game 15 than they are here at Game 1.
Yeah, because this team, it's obviously a lot different not only by the rosters, but again by the chemistry that this team is going to have. So we're going to have to see how this team develops as the year goes on. But this is going to be a good first game against an opponent that wasn't so great last year, but you just never know what can happen.
There's the new camera. I'm excited for the first dunk on this camera. And I was saying to one of you guys, I hope it doesn't break the camera, right? But I think I have trust in Mr. K securing that camera.
Tip-off of the 2022-2023 season is underway. Sterling with the first possession of the year. And the Superfans are loud from the first tip. Here's Julian Johnson out to Jadis McFadden. Finds Mundell. Mundell with a pull-up jumper. Rims out. Rebound West Deptford.
West Deptford starting out in the man-to-man defensively.
Here's Trozzi for the Eagles. He swings it to the right side. West Deptford with some good ball movement here. Now Trozzi back at the top of the key. Finds Kozowski. Here's Heenan working on McFadden. Trozzi back to Heenan. And good scrappy defense there. Premier Long gets in there to force the jump off.
Well, that's that help defense coming over there, forcing the jump ball. That's one thing Coach Barringer teaches is defense, help defense, and just keeping your body underneath, your feet underneath your body, I'm sorry.
Shot up and good from number 2, Mark Kozowski, the sophomore. Here's Mundell, finds Johnson in the corner, Premier Long for 3. And the first points of the season come off a long 3-ball from the freshman, Premier Long.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about Long, and boy, that'll bring the defenders out and also have the ability to use that quick first step.
Travel on Trozzi. Let's take a look at this replay.
So far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Sterling. They're answering back quickly, and their ball movement's looking pretty good so far. And so far, the chemistry seems to be clicking.
Another 3-ball from the corner. Jadis McFadden sinks the triple.
Yeah, a little bit of a lapse there from West Deptford. A little slow to get out on the perimeter. Didn't see the beginning of that replay. Not sure if they came off a pick, but both times of both shots, they were slow to get out on the shooter.
Here's Trozzi guarded by Mundell. Finds him inside, and a nice basket there for Corey Ratcliffe.
Well, it looks like they ran their offense, came off a pick and roll right there. Were able to execute it and make that one count.
Here's McFadden, finds Long. McFadden off a screen. Good find inside from Mundell. No foul call there, and the Eagles are running the break. Here's Trozzi all alone and lays it in to dot this one up at 6. Andrea Trozzi leading the Eagles with 4 points here, still early in this first quarter.
Long showing things defensively. Went for the steal, but didn't have anybody behind him, and West Deptford was able to convert.
Long working outside. Drives in, finds McFadden, dishes it out to Johnson. Johnson up for 3. No good. Saved by Mundell. Here's Travis Schmid. Schmid attacks the rim. Shot is waved off.
Nice baseline drive there by Travis Schmid. And boy, I'm impressed with what Long brings to the table, not only with the shot, but also now you're seeing him drive and drawing defenders his way and dish it off.
Schmid now gets it to Long. Long working outside, now drives in, finds Travis Schmid. Good find there from Premier Long on the basket for Travis Schmid.
And again, as I said, this chemistry so far seems to be clicking. They're making the right finds. They're being very smart with their possessions so far. And I think if they can continue this game is going to be contested all the way through.
Here's Ratcliffe. Now ends up in the hands of Trozzi. Back to Ratcliffe. Finds Trozzi in the corner, fires up a 3. No good. Rebound Travis Schmid. Here's CJ Mundell. Mundell working outside, drives inside, Can't convert in close. And it will be West Deptford ball.
Well, that's what C.J. Mundell brings to the table. Obviously, he can go to the basket, and he can shoot from the outside and get the basket from the outside and go to the hole. As we look at Long right here with the great dish off, drawing a couple defenders his way.
And we have a timeout taken by West Deptford. And we're going to take a look at the Sterling Knights introduce themselves here.
C.J. Mundell, senior, guard, Somerdale.
Jadis McFadden, senior, point guard, Stratford.
Walter Garrison, junior, power forward, Woodbury.
Ramir Long, freshman, point guard, Laurel Springs.
Julian Johnson, sophomore, shooting guard, Somerdale.
Jake Spiritoso, junior, center, Magnolia.
Travis Schmid, sophomore, power forward, Laurel Springs.
Mark Lockett, senior, shooting guard, Stratford.
Amari Key, sophomore, guard, Somerdale.
Marquise Holloway, junior, center, Magnolia.
Zion Arnett, sophomore, small forward, Somerdale.
Brandon Allison, junior, guard, Laurel Springs.
And a good look there at the boys basketball team intros for this season. And that's stolen by Mundell. 8-6 the Knights lead. Mundell looks for Marquise Holloway inside. And a travel called on Holloway.
Holloway came down. It was kind of a little bit off bounds. I think that's what led to the travel right there. But you can see Sterling is aggressive, not only offensive end, but also on the defensive end, especially out on the perimeter.
West Deptford working outside, down 2. Here's Kramer working against McFadden. Good defense from McFadden. And a drive inside. No good there. Trozzi couldn't convert. Here's Mundell. Gets it to Ramir Long. Zion Arnett back to Mundell. Pump fakes, fires up a 3. C.J. Mundell from deep. And the Knights are making it rain from downtown.
Boy, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm really amazed at how much space they're giving the shooters out on the outside, and Sterling's taking advantage of that.
Here's Trozzi. Swings it over to Kramer. Guarded by McFadden is Kramer. Slowing it down, looking to set something up. Here's Ratcliffe. And Ratcliffe is fouled. And we're going to take another look at this. And injured on the play is number 15, Marquise Holloway. He went down and started immediately holding that knee. Gonna take another look at it.
One area that West Deptford, as we look at Holloway right there, is having some success at is the drives to the basket. And I think that's something Coach Barringer is really probably going to harp on when they look at the films. And again, this is a young team, and I think that is an aspect of the game that's going to get better, because that relies on your help defense coming over to help out with those drives. You're not seeing it right now, but when the communication gets better, when they start to feel more comfortable playing defense and working together, I think that's going to get better as you get to the 6th, the 8th, the 10th game of the season.
Holloway helped up by athletic trainer Sean Clank. And he limps off a little bit over to the bench.
I feel like we talked about your main guys here from last year's experience from McFadden, C.J. Mundell. We're going to see a lot of players in and out. Coach Barringer's really going to use a lot of different guys in an effort for guys to find their roles on this team. And that's what the early part of this season with this team, I think, is going to be about.
Yeah, I think within the next like 3 or 4 games, that's what Behringer's going to do. And I think by about close to about halfway through the year, he's going to really start to see where the teams click the best and who they click the best with. And that's where he's going to start finding his consistent starters that haven't really been established quite yet.
Ratcliffe good on the last free throw there. Makes it a 3-point game. Nice little back and forth. Now McFadden gets it. McFadden looking for Schmid. Schmid is doubled. Takes it up. Rebound. Corey Ratcliffe. Now here's Kramer running the point. Picked up by Travis Schmid. Slowing it down. Now finds Ratcliffe. Here's Trozzi. No good, but he's fouled. And he fell really hard. Was down for a second. Got up, wincing in pain as we take a look at the fall.
It's that backdoor, that layup right there that you saw him kind of get away from C.J. Montel and get to the basket. That's where you've got to make sure you're defensively in between the player and the basket. And the West Deptford player was able to get that extra step and get to the basket.
Trozzi, the junior, taking his time after the hard fall to the hardwood floor. He'll be at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is good from Andre Trozzi.
We've seen the threes, we've seen a lot of good things from Sterling, but West Deptford is finding a way to stay in this game with the drives to the basket, trips to the free throw line, and the conversions. And West Deptford in their offense has been very patient. They're waiting for things to happen. They're not forcing things. I think that's another reason why this is only a 1-point game.
Yeah, Sterling's possessions, they drive using a lot of speed. Their possessions usually aren't lasting as long as West Deptford is, which is giving West Deptford a lot more opportunities to make this game close.
Julian Johnson's shot doesn't go. Now running the break is Mahajid. A lot of contact, no foul. Premier Long now slowing the game down. Freshman point guard for the Knights.
We might have gotten away with one right there.
Yeah. Here is Long, running the offense. Now here's Schmid. Schmid drives inside. Can't go. Rebound Kramer. Gets it to Trozzi. Tight game here in this first quarter. Here's Mahajid. Mahajid is fouled by Travis Schmid. He'll go to the line.
Did a good job initially on West Deptford, collapsing down on Schmid. Talk about that defense. We haven't seen it much from Sterling, but drives the basket. Saw it from West Deptford. Then they go down the other way, and again, they're making their drives to the basket count with either a conversion or a trip to the free throw line.
The shot drops, evening this game up at 11.
And with all the drives to the basket, I'm strong. I'm going to play off them. Let them shoot the outside shot, but you want to be able to catch that quick first step that a lot of these guys
Zion on up for 3. Rims out. Rebound Travis Schmid. He finds Johnson. Johnson gets it knocked away. It will stay Sterling ball. Good rebound there by Travis Schmid. And it goes off Kramer. Long inbounds it to Mundell. Mundell back to Long. Less than a minute left to go here in this first quarter. Here's Mundell for a three, doesn't go. Rebound Trozzi, runs the break. West Deptford on the break, and now they take the lead from the basket from Mark Kozowski.
West Deptford's just doing a great job taking advantage of what's given to them. Good defense, in transition, they finish it. Just like that, they're ahead by 2.
Mundell in the corner. Mundell fires up a shot, rims out, rebound Johnson, knocked away, picked up by Vermeer Long, he's fouled hard. Gonna take one more look at it here, nice rebound by Johnson, he gets it knocked away. Vermeer Long, clear foul right there.
Yeah, very impressed with Long in a lot of ways. You know, how he handles the ball, we saw him take the shot, how he sees the floor, and great job showing aggressiveness, going for that loose ball, and getting himself to the free throw line. Not playing like a freshman at all.
No, he's playing like an aggressive ball player. He's playing like he's known this system forever, and seeing that out of a freshman is just shows a lot of potential.
And a lot of times you see freshmen with that speed, with that aggressiveness, they play out of control, but I feel like in his first game at the varsity level, he's playing with aggressiveness, but still under control.
Long goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, makes it a 1-point West Deptford lead. West Deptford holding for the last shot and won't get one off. And 0.3 seconds will be left on the clock in this first quarter. And West Deptford leading this one by 1 at the end of 1. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Can I go to the bathroom?
And welcome back to the Castle. West Deptford with a 1-point lead, overnight's 13-12. And as that first quarter went on, it seemed like West Deptford really started to establish themselves and really take control of that first quarter, because Sterling had the lead for the majority of that quarter.
Yeah, Sterling did a nice job taking the open shots, and they had them from outside. 2 really good threes in the corner when they were given space and knocked them down. But West Deptford has done a nice job of attacking the rim and getting buckets in, and especially finding their way to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like their patience. I like how they waited for opportunities to happen, took advantage of them, and didn't play sloppy.
Here's Sterling with it to start this quarter. Finds Schmidt. Pass out towards Lockett. Back out to Smith, drives toward the basket. His shot no good. Out of play. And it will remain Sterling ball. Finds Mundell, he loses it. But Sterling will maintain possession.
And right now, I mean, we were talking about how good the chemistry looked earlier, but I think you're starting to see some signs that this team hasn't played together much, and they're working out a few bumps in the road. They got to learn how to play with one another.
Yeah, you're seeing some things you like, but you're also seeing some things you got to work on. I like that. That was good.
And that jumper's good. That'll put Sterling back up by 1. That was Julian Johnson.
And that's good. And that's good passing right there. That gets Johnson a nice, easy look at the rim.
West Deptford not able to find anyone, so Sterling will get it back. As
One of the few giveaways you've seen from West Deptford.
So here's McFadden. Finds Johnson. And a foul. So to maintain Sterling possession, West Deptford taking a quick substitution. And Sterling with a 14-13 lead, 7 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Finds Johnson. Johnson thought about it, drives toward the basket. His shot no good, but a nice rebound there by Jadis McFadden as he takes it out toward the middle of the court. Drives out by Schmidt. Travis from 3, and he drills it. Too easy there for Schmidt. Makes us a 4-point Sterling lead.
Nice shot there by Schmidt from the corner. Had enough space and trusted himself to knock it down. Good look from the sophomore.
And Sterling's getting these open looks through great ball movement.
And there's a shot, just misses. That was Ryan Hean. Sterling taking it back the other way. McFadden drives and he is fouled.
Now, two ways you've seen the 3 is either quick ball move around the outside or a kick out pass right here, and Travis Schmidt drains it.
And you saw in the replay there, all that space that he had. He's not really one to be looking to shoot the 3, but when the opportunity presents itself, he's more than happy taking one if the defense is going to give it to him.
So here's McFadden at the line. His first shot goes through.
Take a look at the stats from last year. He averaged 9 points a game and was a 66% free throw shooter.
And West Deptford is doing a much better job with the help defense defending the drives to the basket. Where they're having problems is, again, getting out on that shooter and allowing Sterling to get the open 3s.
Here's Tracy, finds Radcliffe. And the layup, no good. Nice rebound there by Mundell as he takes it back the other way for Sterling. Mundell finds Johnson, his wide open shot from distance, no good. Offensive rebound there by Schmidt, finds Mundell. Mundell from 3 and just misses. West Deptford takes over, that's Radcliffe. Radcliffe driving, loses it for a moment, and Sterling can't stay in bounds. Nice try there by Mundell, but unfortunately his foot was out.
Well, a great job by Mundell coming over with the help defense, and also in the previous play, Jadis McFadden played great positional defense. That's a case where your senior leaders, where Sterling struggled defensively early on in this game, are really picking it up right now.
So here's Kramer trying to look for an open man. He finds Radcliffe, but taken away by Schmidt. And a little collision there and a foul. We have a player down for Sterling. That's Premier Long. And Long covering his face as he lies there in intense pain. Take a look at the collision here.
We were talking about him looking like a veteran, like he's been here for a few years. This is not a good sign. Looks to be grieving in pain. They're finally getting the trainer Sean Klink out here, but that was a rough collision.
Yeah, you saw the frustration. He took a really bad hit.
We're going to take another look at it. The pass and ends up getting tangled up here.
Well, tough to see what happened. And actually, it looked like he hit his shoulder, but obviously that's not what Sean Klink is working on. It's the leg, the right leg.
We're going to take another look at it. Right now, Sean Klink is looking at the ankle of Premier Long. Take a look at that area right there.
And they're going to help him up.
That's a great sign right there. Going off on his own power.
So a good sign here for Sterling is we'll just hope that Premier Long is okay. And that his injury isn't severe. Looks like Arnett will take over for him for the time being. So here is West Deptford with possession, down 5. Here's Kramer. Finds Kozowski. And there's the shot from 3, no good. And the rebound there by Mundell. Finds an open Johnson. His layup just misses. Rebounded there by Trazzi. Deptford going back the other way. Jumper there from Ratcliffe is good. And makes this a 3-point lead for the Knights.
And West Deptford is more than willing to get things going in their transition game. And they convert right there.
They're doing a phenomenal job of getting out on the break, and especially great job attacking the rim, and they're not scared to go to the line.
Long shot from Arnett. Just misses. Rebounded there by Ratcliffe. Here's Tracy going back the other way here for West Deptford. Trying to slow up the pace. With about 4:40 to go in quarter number 2. And that jumper there, no good. Rebounded there by Mundell. That shot was taken by Ratcliffe. Mundell going back the other way. Tries to make a move, finds Schmidt. Schmidt finds McFadden. His shot is good. Makes this a 5-point game once again.
And that's a really nice shot there by Jadis McFadden. Fakes the 3, drives in with a nice little pull-up J. Good shot there by the senior.
Good sense of knowing what's happened with the defender coming out of control at him.
A nice defensive play there by Schmidt. One-on-one, and his jumper is good. Travis Schmidt with a nice steal. As his jumper is good, and a timeout is called.
You saw some words exchanged there between number 11, Jadis McFadden, and number 23, Andrea Trazzi, towards the end of this. Schmidt lays it in, as you saw just right there. Going to take another look at it. Nice steal there by Travis Schmidt, and goes all the way.
Great job of using the body to shield himself from the defender as he goes up, lays it up, and finishes. An outstanding play there by Travis Schmidt.
Yeah, West Deptford taking their second time out of the half, trying to figure out what they lost that they did have in that first quarter, as they haven't really had anything gone their way this time.
Yeah, one area West Deptford has success in this game as we look at our next TV game, which will be Saturday, December 10th at 11 a.m. Girls basketball team's going to take on Seneca. West Deptford, and you mentioned it, Jacob, has had success in transition. They're getting it out there in a hurry. You brought up a great point about that. One thing I like about Sterling, in a half-court game, they're giving them the outside shot, doing a better job of coming over to help defense and stopping the drives.
So it'll be West Deptford here with possession. Kramer taking it up for West Deptford as they trail it by 7. Finds Mujahid, then out towards Trazzi. Back out to Trazzi. One-on-one there with Mundell. Nice spin move. Drives toward the basket, but he is fouled. He takes a fall. Mundell also in a little bit of pain.
Well, that was a flashy little spin move there by Trazzi, and Mundell fouled him pretty hard. He fell to the floor. And I think on the spin, Mundell might have got a little bit of Trazzi's elbow on accident.
You're not going to see that play that much on a high school level. Usually, that late in a drive, once a high school player commits one way, they're not spinning like that. That was a big-time move there by Trazzi.
So Trazzi misses his first shot from the line.
You see on the floor, Premier Long is back.
Good sign there for the Knights. So he's now back on the floor with 3:32 left to go. In quarter number 2, he takes it up though for Sterling. Their lead right now at 6 as he finds Mundell. He tries to slow down the pace, back out towards Long. Long finds McFadden, back out to Long. Long out there towards Arnett. Then he finds McFadden. His three-pointer is good.
And Sterling right now is just dominating from beyond the arc. In this first game of this new season, they have been shooting up a lot of threes and shooting it at a high percentage.
And they're mixing up how they're moving the ball. It's either a quick ball moving around the outside or drives to the baskets and kickouts to get these open threes.
That jumper no good. Nice rebound there by Mundell. Mundell taking it back up the court, makes a nice move, drives toward the basket. Just finds McFadden. McFadden back out to Mundell. His three-pointer is good. And Mundell exchanging some words with Trazi as West Deptford takes back possession. Sterling with their biggest lead of the night at 12. Drives toward the basket, and it is good. And now he exchanges some words with Mundell, and it's going to be a foul.
Going to take a look at the Mundell three there, and that's just another shot from the outside. And this is where it started right there. Mundell exchanged some words with Trazi. Trazi goes down on the other end, gets the basket. Unfortunately, he initiates with it and gets the technical foul. They take a look at it, a nice drive inside. Mundell just can't get the block. He gets hyped up over the layup.
He gets the technical. Coach Behringer talking with Mundell. He actually went to Mundell as soon as we cut away. So they've been having a lengthy conversation after that tech.
That was a great play by Travis. I mean, again, that's one of the, now they're doing a much better job of making it tough for Mundell going to the basket.
Going to take another look at it right there. Mundell hits the three with Trazi as the main defender. And exchanges some words with him. And McFadden now to shoot the second of the technical free throws. That one's good. 1 of 2 from the line for Jadis McFadden.
Just the case for the referees coming in, trying to take control of the game.
So Sterling with
what they have to do.
With an 11-point lead. We'll take a look at it one more time of what drawed that technical foul. You see there's Trazi exchanging those words and getting that technical foul in response to Mundell's exchange of words earlier after he drilled that three.
And you're right, Schulz. They did a nice job, the referees, controlling the game, not letting it get out of hand, and keeping all the action on the game itself and not in the theatrics after baskets.
Yeah, and if you do that, if you let something like that go, then you get to the point where multiple players are getting involved, and that's when it gets out of control. But a good job by the officials. Good.
You're just joining us.
Okay. But, wow, a great first game here for Sterling. One of the best starts to a game from a three-point shooting standpoint that I can remember.
Yeah, absolutely. They are killing it from the outside, and last year they didn't take a lot of threes. They did a nice job of working inside. Mike Irma was really the only guy that took a lot of threes last year. This year we're seeing something way different where everybody is shooting from beyond the arc, and that's going to be maybe the identity of this team moving forward.
Yeah, I kind of like this new identity for Sterling, kind of changing it up a little bit. I mean, we'll see if it changes as the season progresses, but for right now, I like where this team is at, up 11 here in this second half. See a view from one of our new cameras. At each basket, here's Mundell with it. Back out there towards Long. Mundell back out to Long. His shot from three just misses. The rebound, no good. Schmidt with the rebound, and his layup is good.
I like the idea there from Mundell trying to tip it in, use that height, unable to go in, and then a nice job by Travis Schmidt. Good positioning, right place, right time, gets themselves a nice 2 points.
So West Deptford back with it. A nice defensive play by Mundell, able to stay with it. Finds McFadden, and he puts it in.
That's a case where you got two guys who played together a long time. They know where each other is on the floor. Hardly even looked and saw Jadis McFadden running to the basket.
And we've seen Mundell. He's been a scrappy defender since the beginning of last year. Picks up another steal and a good job assisting on Jadis McFadden's layup there.
So defensive rebound there by Mundell finds Ramir Long, and Ramir Long puts it in with a layup of his own.
And an outstanding job by Arnett defensively making the stop, and Sterling goes the other way. And Long finishes.
Gonna take another look at this basket. Mundell tries to tip it in. Schmid with good positioning, grabs the rebound, fundamentally puts it off the glass. Good 2 points right there.
So another timeout taken there by West Deptford, as Sterling has really put themselves out in front in this second half. They are looking very strong right now, up 35-18. They're by far their biggest lead of the night.
And I mean, right now, they're doing it all. They're attacking well in their half-court sets and getting shots from beyond the arc that they like and that they're knocking down. And then on defense, they're turning good defense into easy offense down on the other end, getting themselves good points in transition.
Yeah, the fast break is going for Sterling in this second quarter, late in the second quarter, almost like it was for West Deptford early on in the second quarter. And Sterling just getting guys out there, multiple guys, and they've really got West Deptford scrambling right now.
Yeah, I believe Sterling, I believe West Deptford has only been able to put up 5 in this second quarter. That just shows that the momentum can flip on a dime.
Yeah.
Especially with this Sterling team.
Couple baskets in the beginning of the second quarter, but after that, about 1 minute mark, 1 minute into it, haven't done anything.
West Deptford unable to make the find there towards Kramer. That puts 51.2 seconds left in this first half. And Sterling with their commanding 17-point lead as Premier Long takes it up the floor. Long drives, finds McFadden. McFadden driving toward the basket. His jumper, no good. Rebounded there defensively by Kramer as he takes it back the other way. Trozzy back out there towards Kramer.
And that was a nice job there by Sterling, stopping the fast break. That's where West Deptford's been getting a lot of their good looks. Inside is on that fast break. Force him into the half-court set.
Finds Radcliffe. His jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Arnett. As Arnett is able to find Mundell. Mundell with a nice move, finds McFadden. McFadden tries to drive, finds Mundell. Mundell out there towards Arnett, no good from beyond the arc.
Didn't make the shot, but I'll tell you what, that was outstanding ball movement.
And the final shot of this half is just short. As we end the first half, as Sterling has a commanding 35-18 lead over the West Deptford Eagles. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with second half action right after this.
It's getting late. I should really go to bed.
Girl, what are you worried about? Come on, it won't hurt if you stay up another hour.
You know what? You're right. It couldn't hurt to stay up for another hour or so. What? It's already 1 a.m.? I didn't even realize it was so late. I'm telling her I'm going to bed. Oh my god, it's 7 a.m. Oh my god, ow! Ugh. Mom, I'm running late! Don't forget to pick up the kids later! Alright, I gotta go! Have a good day!
Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here at the Castle Sterling with a 35-18 lead over the West Deptford Eagles. As the second half is about ready to get things underway.
Well, just an outstanding first half shooting by Sterling from 3. One of their best first halves that I can remember shooting.
We'll take a look at the leading scorers for both teams. Jadis McFadden leading the way for Sterling with 12. Travis Schmidt behind him at 9. And then we have Premier Long at the end with 6. For West Deptford, it is Trozzy with 7, Radcliffe with 6, and Kozowski with 4. So it'll be West Deptford starting with possession.
West
the second half is about ready to get things
was
underway.
Trying to counter with drives at the basket. They were doing okay with staying close in that first quarter, but Sterling really did a good job coupling their outside shooting with good defense on the other end, with help defense, stopping the drives to the basket.
Yeah, played a very aggressive 3-and-D style in the half-court set. A lot of threes dropping for them, and defensively they got easy baskets by turning an easy steal into a nice layup on the other end.
So layup no good, rebounded there by Mundell. Mundell finds McFadden. McFadden with a nice drive, and he puts that layup through and adds on to the Sterling lead. That's 14 points for Jadis McFadden.
And that's another example right there of that 3-and-D style. They have a good defensive possession. Mundell with a great outlet and finds McFadden for an easy score.
So a drive and a foul. As Kramer gets the foul there for West Deptford. And he will go to the line.
I mean, Schmid got his money on this one. Pretty clear call. Sends Kramer to the line.
So that first shot will go in there for Kramer. Second shot there from Kramer is good, and he drills both free throws. Here's Premier Long taking it up the court here for Sterling. Finds Mundell. Far side there, back towards Long. And Long shot is blocked. He's able to get it back.
I don't even know that he was trying to shoot that there, Brian. I think he was trying to loft one inside, and the defender just taller than him swatted it away.
And that Long two, not able to go through. I mean, either way, didn't really go the way he was expecting.
That's for sure.
So here's Kramer with it. Finds Trazy. Able to find Radcliffe. Radcliffe drives to the basket. Rebounded nicely there by Julian Johnson as he finds Mundell. Mundell finds Schmidt. His drive to the basket, no good. No foul called. West Deptford gets it back. Here's Trazy taking it down. Finds Kramer. His three-pointer, no good. Rebounded there by McFadden as he finds Mundell, and he is going to go down hard. He is fouled.
This is a really great outlet from Jadis McFadden to CJ Mundell, and a good job there by Andrea Trazy, who covered the break exceptionally well, and clear foul on Mundell, as you saw the two earlier with the technical and the whole facade. Everything's under control this time.
And we talked about Sterling, much about the three-point shooting, but guys, you talked about towards the end of the second quarter, we're really getting that fast break going and really just picked up where they left off, opening up this third quarter, first with Jadis McFadden finishing, and now CJ Mundell get himself to the free throw line.
So Mundell drills both free throws. It's just a 19-point game in favor of Sterling. Here's Trazy with it. Makes a nice move, then finds Kozowski. Kozowski's pass blocked. Kozowski able to recover it as he finds Radcliffe. Radcliffe back out to Kozowski. Radcliffe with it. And his jumper is good.
And phenomenal control in the post there from Corey Radcliffe. Pivots the one way, goes the other, uses the one hand right off the back of the glass, and knocks one down for two.
That's just outstanding play by Radcliffe. It shows how Sterling's making them work for the basket.
And a long three there by Mundell. He's good, and all he can do is just smile, as he has had one eventful night here in the Sterling home opener.
Mundell's having a great game, and he's showing a lot more ability to shoot from the outside than he did last year. Last year, he was running out on the break a lot. This time in the half court, we're seeing him shoot from deep, and right now, Trazy just can't guard him from outside.
So here's Trazy, Schmidt defending him, drives toward the basket. A nice rebound there. Sterling able to take it away. So that's rebounded there by Long. So here's Premier Long with it here for Sterling. He's able to slow down the pace. We'll have a timeout called.
seems to be some confusion on the Sterling side, and I think that Coach Behringer just wants to readdress as we take a look at some of the super fans on hand.
And thank you to everyone who came out tonight, home opener.
Yeah, and usually in that situation where you're up by 20, you wouldn't call a timeout, but that's the case having a young team, and Coach Behringer really wanting to nip things in the bud and go over a coaching point. That's a good job there by Coach Behringer.
Young team playing their first ever real game together. They've had practices, they've had a few scrimmages, but this one shows up on the record books, and eventually you're going to want to be more precise as the season moves along.
Absolutely, and really, we talked about how this team's going to improve a lot from game 1 to, say, game 9 and 10, but I like the improvement within a game right now that we're seeing in game 1, especially on the defensive end.
Super Long finds Mundell, then goes back to Long. And here is Long with it. Finds Johnson. Johnson out towards Schmidt. Finds McFadden. McFadden out there to Long. A nice defensive play there by. What a nice job there by Mundell.
I mean, great defensive play by C.J. Mundell. Ultimately, West Deptford gets a basket off of it, but you've seen the tension between Mundell and Trozzi, and right now Mundell has the upper hand in that one-on-one battle.
Yeah, it's been like a little movie script going on here. We got a little rivalry forming as Mundell goes down, and all I can do is clap and smile. We got some action going on here on the sideline.
You see the replay of Mundell. Unfortunately, it went in, but really got up there. That's in case you guys can really get off his feet. They're really trying to really settle things down right now.
Yep. We panned to the replay as it was all going on, but we're going to take a look at this right here. Mundell spins, drives inside, grabs his own rebound, and we're going to see some pushing and shoving go on right here.
It looked like the defender came down with the elbow. Then there's some talking. Referees jump right in there.
Finds McFadden. McFadden's jumper. No good. A nice rebound there by Mujahid. Gets it back to West Deptford. Trozzi there finds Kozowski. And that will go out of bounds off the hands of Mujahid.
And Mundell has an exceptional ability to read those passes, especially on the perimeter. He just pokes right at him and takes him away. And this time couldn't take it away, but knocked it out of play. Inept ability to look for the ball out on the perimeter on the defensive end is C.J. Mundell.
So here is Mujahid back out to Trozzi, then out towards Kozowski. Kozowski there finds Trozzi again. Finds Ratcliffe. Foul there.
And guys, when I look at the difference between Sterling defensively and West Deptford defensively, West Deptford is driving, trying to get the kick out. They're getting it, but Sterling's getting out there on the shooter, where you see West Deptford not doing that.
We're going to take one more
after the foul by Schmidt.
We're going to take one more look at this play on the replay here.
So it'll be Kozowski to shoot from the line. They're in an 18-point game in favor of Sterling. And Kozowski goes his first. Second free throw shot here by Kozowski. He puts it through. Here's Bromere Long with it. Finds Mundell. Mundell drives. Hish. Jumper no good. Nice rebound. Long three-pointer no good. Taken over there by West Deptford. Kozowski from three. Drills it. And a much-needed one for West Deptford.
I believe that's their first 3.
That sounds about right. They've done a lot of their scoring inside and at the line in that first quarter, and then we're pretty much shut down to a halt in that second quarter. So that is very well a good possibility that's their first 3 of the game.
So here's Vermeer Long. Trying to find someone, slow down the pace. That's out there towards Mundell. Mundell tries, finds Arnett. His shot, no good. Tried to rebound it himself. Sterling able to get it back.
Good job by Arnett staying with his own shot, knocking the rebound away so Sterling could get it.
That's a smart move by McFadden, slowing it up. Running another half court.
And a drive there, no good, but a foul. So we'll take a look at it.
And that's a move that I think we'll see Vermeer Long use a lot here in his time at Sterling, is that hop step into the lane, trying to create a little separation while also trying to find some late contact. As he got it here, he'll get himself to the line. We'll take a look from the top of the basket.
First shot here from Long. No good. .152 left to go in quarter number 3. Long second free throw off the mark. Given there by Radcliffe. Here's Kramer with it. Kramer finds Trazi. Trazi finds Radcliffe. Looks for Kramer. Kramer trying to find an open man. Motions his long 2. Goes right through. And a timeout taken there by West Deptford.
And that was a phenomenal shot from Radcliffe. Rolled off the screen, pull up Jay from the top of the key, sinks it.
Well, West Deptford finally taking advantage of some room that they're getting on the outside. As we look at our next TV game this Saturday, girls basketball going against Seneca at 11 a.m. And that is, I believe, December 17th. For the Lady Knights, their first game on TV, as we look at the super fans over there, always having an impact in the game.
And it's been a fun one for them today. They've got to witness a lot.
Yeah, they've got to witness some chippiness between both sides and a lot of threes from the Sterling Knights.
A lot of athletes from other sports in there. They always support the different sports. Always good to see.
This timeout comes to a close. 1:27 left to go in quarter number 3. Sterling with a 42-31 lead over West Deptford. Still a lot of time for West Deptford to come back. Sterling trying to hold them off. And the home opener.
Yeah, West Deptford starting to develop some of an outside shooting game. You had the three-pointer. Then you see them doing a good job, as you so aptly said, Jacob, getting that open look off the screen and draining that one.
So here's Vermeer Long. He finds McFadden. There's Mundell. He'll find a new key. Out towards Mundell. Mundell tries to make a move. Mundell drives. Finds an open Vermeer Long beyond the arc. Just short. Rebounded there by Mundell. His jumper is good.
That was a well-run half-court set. Mundell does a nice job. Drive it inside, kick out to Long. Long shot just short. Mundell there to scoop up the rebound. Puts it in for 2.
And again, a perfect example of how Sterling's getting out on the kick-out pass to the outside. West Deptford is very slow to get out there.
Able to find Senator. Back out there to Radcliffe, who finds Gazowski. Out there to Radcliffe. Radcliffe drives. It's a foul shot, no good.
Gonna take a look at this possession. Mundell kicks out to Long. The shot short. And look at the way Mundell moves himself to where the shot is going so he can put himself in perfect position for that rebound and easy lay.
There's Ratcliffe at the line. First shot no good. Second shot here from Ratcliffe, and he's able to put that one through. Here is Jadis McFadden with it. McFadden able to find Mundell. There's Mundell, finds Lockett. Lockett finds McFadden. Finds Mundell. 5 to shoot. Lockett's 3 is good. Three will end this quarter as Sterling ends his third quarter with style. They lead it by 15 going to the fourth. We'll be back after a quick break.
I can't believe I've been working on this homework for over an hour now. I only have to submit this last assignment and I'll finally be done. Who's messaging me? I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just see what she wants and then I'll go to bed.
What?
It's got you all excited.
I have a date with this girl I met on Instagram earlier this week. This is my first time meeting her in person though.
You just met this girl yesterday and you're already going on a date with her?
You're crazy, man. You gotta be careful.
Whatever, man. You guys just may have a date tonight.
What is
And welcome back to the beginning of this fourth quarter. Sterling leads this one 47 to 32. And guys, thoughts on the first three quarters of this 2022-2023 season?
Well, I like how Sterling, obviously you can be impressed with their three-point shooting. Transition game's been great. I like how they've adjusted after really a lackluster quarter defensively in that first quarter. I've really patched things up and done a great job in quarters 2 and 3 on the defensive side.
Sterling's done a way better job from the outside, as last year they only really had Michael Ermel, who they could count on from deep. As the fourth quarter now begins, good defense there by Mundell. Kozowski lays that one in. But last year they drew up a lot of plays from Michael Ermel beyond the arc. This year, Mundell showing his ability outside. Premier Long showed he can hit a few threes. McFadden improved game. Schmidt hit one. Lockett hit one. They got a bunch of different guys who can shoot it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, because as you said, Ermel last year, he was the one who was getting all the plays. I mean, obviously, you had guys like Zingaro who had his games. Mundell would hit a few, as he's hit some tonight as well. But hey, they're spreading it to everyone tonight.
Speaking of Mundell, just hit a layup right there. Here's Kozowski, knocks down that shot.
And if you come at these guys from Sterling on the outside, out of control, you're not under control, they're going to blow by you with that quick first step. We've seen that from Mundell, we've seen that from Long, we've seen that from Jadis McFadden.
Really good flying there from the outside as it ends up with a good look in close for Sterling. Here's Kozowski with a pump fake, and that one's taken away by Schmidt. Now McFadden on the run. McFadden driving in on Trazi. Lays this one up is Johnson, who gets this one to drop. Sterling beginning to run away with this one now as there's around 6 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Pass was deflected by Travis Schmidt. Good work on back-to-back possessions for him defensively. Kramer to inbound this one. He finds Kozlowski back to Kramer. Trozzi outside, back to Kramer. He's picked up by McFadden. Trozzi over on the wing. He's going to take a look here now. Kick out. Shot is no good from West Deptford. Here's Ratcliffe. Rims out. Foul on the floor. Going to take another look at this one right here. Ratcliffe drives inside, can't go. And I believe they get it on McFadden on the floor, as he looked like the one with the most contact on the ball carrier. Kramer drives inside. Nice, strong take from Aiden Kramer, the junior. Johnson now working on Kramer. Johnson passes this one out to McFadden. McFadden fires up a three from the corner, rims out. Julian Johnson gets that shot to go in from underneath. Johnson, who wasn't shooting a real high percentage from the first half, is now starting to pick it up in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's good for a younger guy to get that confidence, especially in his first game as a varsity player.
Yeah, these guys are not afraid to be great out here on the court. They're doing a really good job just playing as a team, just playing as one united unit. And so far, the score is reflecting that.
United is what we preach, and we preach it on the basketball court as well. Here's McFadden now, finds Johnson in the corner. He's picked up by Kramer. Mundell working on Trozzi. That's been the matchup all night. Tries to spin, and a double dribble.
Where with the lead, you don't want to get in a position where you're forcing things, move the ball around the outside, force them to come out to you with this comfortable 17-point lead.
And Travis Schmidt is having a heck of a defensive quarter here. A few tip passes and a steal for him. So he's subbed out now. Zion Arnett enters the game for him. So you see him there talking with Coach Behringer. Less than 5 minutes remain in this last quarter of play. Here's Ratcliffe. Getting physical under the basket. Knocked away, ends up in the hands of Zion Arnett. Here's Long. Finds Arnett. McFadden. Over to Mundell. Mundell with a tough shot and sinks it. CJ Mundell, have a night.
Again, it all comes off of great ball movement by Sterling on the half-court set.
Teardrop shot in close is good for Kozlowski. And that one is intercepted by Trozzi. One-on-one, now slows it down. Here's Kozlowski, eventually knocks that one in. And we had a shot for another one of those one-on-ones between Trozzi and Mundell. Trozzi slowed up the pace, and eventually we're going to take another look at it. Good defense there from Mundell, but perfect positioning by Kozlowski. Just lays that one right up and in.
I think Trozzi realized that he was fortunate on that previous one and was lucky to get the basket, and he thought different of it this time and knew CJ Mundell's ability to get up off the floor and dish the ball off.
Take a look there. There's Mundell and Vermeer Long. Get a good look into the huddle with Coach Behringer. Now taking a look at the superfans.
Yeah, as I've said, these superfans, they've witnessed a lot tonight. They've witnessed one heck of an opening from CJ Mundell, one heck of an opening from pretty much everyone in this team. They're all making plays. Obviously, Mundell would be the easy one to look at, but you got everyone making plays, offensively, defensively. Mundell, Schmidt, Vermeer Long having a nice little debut as we look at our next TV game. But like this team is really doing what they need to do in their home opener, and that's make a statement.
I'm just impressed how they're, obviously they start off great on the offensive end, how they're improving within the game. Long's been great the whole time. You've seen Schmidt and Johnson really coming on. both on the defensive end and the offensive end, and that's something you like to see from the younger players because they're going to have an impact in the season.
And Brian, you talk about making a statement. Coach Behringer, I was talking with him yesterday. He was talking about how this team hasn't really proved anything. The team from last year was phenomenal, but this team has not proved anything. They played a few scrimmages. As that one will be going the other way. West Deptford retains possession. But this team so far has not proved anything as a unit. They're making a statement here tonight against a pretty solid West Deptford team. Trazi to bring the ball up with less than 3:30 to go here in this fourth quarter. Sterling leads it 57-42. Trazi, nice interception there by Julian Johnson. Finds McFadden. McFadden gets tripped up by Kozowski. It goes out of bounds. Will remain Sterling ball. Premier Long running the point here for the Sterling Knights. He's picked up by Mujahid. Johnson swinging it now. Long in the corner. Finds Zion Arnett. Back out to Long. Long drives inside. Kicks it out. And couldn't be corralled by Julian Johnson. Trazi against Mundell. Trazi looking to work, and that'll be a foul called on CJ Mundell.
Now these are two guys that have just been battling the entire night. No different here towards the end of this game, which is obviously going to look like a Sterling win here with 2 minutes and 30-some seconds left.
And the girls who were playing West Deptford at West Deptford won their game. Lob up right over Trazi. Great feed from Premier Long. CJ Mundell. As the late Johnny Wiggles, who just graduated last year, would say, "Honey, I'm home." Yeah. Take another look at that. Trazi right in close proximity. Doesn't even jump, doesn't even bother. Mundell, he slams it, that's what he's gonna do. And you're gonna get the look of the year. Right there as Mundell slams it home. And now we got some theatrics. Once again at the center of it is Andrea Trazi.
Yeah, we got some fans. Things are getting out of control a little bit. You've got some fans out on the floor. That's where referees right now are going to step in. You see Mr. Manlove coming over here, calming everybody down. This is where things just have to settle down a little bit because at this point, with 1:44 remaining, just want to settle everybody down and get out of this game with nothing major happening here.
We're going to take a look at what happened here. You see a Sterling player on the floor. Zion helps him up, and it looks like Long gives Trazi a push, and Trazi tries to play the "oh, it wasn't me" with the hands up. We can't be exactly sure if some words were exchanged or not. So we take a look at the West Deptford bench. Now we're going to take another look at it. A lot of theatrics going on in this game, guys. Here's Mundell, and then goes down Jadis McFadden. Trazi pushes first, and then Long retaliates.
Yeah, Long just retaliated. I think that was Trazi that started that. He's acting like he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. Here's Brandon Allison working outside. Finds Mark Lockett. Zion Arnett finds Allison. Allison with a pump fake. Looking around for help. Finds Lockett. Lockett, who hit the three earlier to close out the third quarter. Less than a minute and a half remains here in this fourth quarter. Sterling with a sizable lead of 59-42. And we're going to take another look at the lob from Long, the slam from Mundell. Guys who haven't played together that much, that's an insane amount of chemistry shown between the two. And Mundell lets Trozzi know.
You knew that was coming at some point. And again, what you said, Jacob, it's impressive because last year you had Jimmy Zingaro, who he and McDowell had a good chemistry going. And to see that from Long early on, it's really nice to see. Long getting the pass there and putting it right on the money.
Free ball there was good from Zaid Muhajid.
Yeah, that play by Mundell, that was a nice little welcome to 2022 because that just gets us back into the swing of things. It's going to be a pretty fun year for these Knights.
It's going to be a fun year, a lot of talent on this Knights roster, and a good opening statement against the West Deptford Eagles, an in-conference opponent. We will have a post-game show to follow, as there's a good bucket from Muhajid, but to no avail, as it will not have an impact on the final score. And this one is a wrap. First game of the 2022-2023 season ends victorious for the Knights, 61-47 over the West Deptford Eagles. Post game will be to follow. We'll take a quick break right after this.
Welcome to the post-game interview after the Knights win, joined here by freshman point guard Ramir Long. Ramir, first varsity start. What was it like going into this experience?
It was definitely interesting to see how we would just go in as a young group, but me personally, I didn't feel too nervous just because my senior guys been backing me up since the beginning of everything, so it felt good.
And you seem to have a lot of chemistry with the older guys, even though this was your first actual game in the system. Was it a lot in practice or the scrimmages, or just a good feeling overall with the guys in the locker room?
It was a good feel because we went through some ups and downs as a team, missing two varsity starters at the moment, but I feel like we bonded together, so I don't feel anything.
And I mean, that lob to CJ was definitely way out there. I mean, do you guys practice that, or do you just naturally pass the ball from distance?
Hey, I'm a naturally passer. I knew where he was going to be, so I just get it to him wherever he needs to be. So that's it.
All right, thank you, Ramir. Great game tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
And currently looking around. Looks like we're going to try and get Jadis McFadden next. Actually, we'll take CJ Mundell. CJ, always good to have you on with the broadcast for us. CJ, being one of the senior leaders on this team, what was it like going into game day today?
For me, it was kind of like scary because it's like the first game of the season. It's my last game of the year, first game of the year. But we pulled it off. We pulled through. We played hard. We played for each other.
And there seemed to be a mindset of shooting the ball from the outside, something different that we saw from last year. Is that something that coach is preaching, or just the skill set of all the guys on the team this year is different than last year?
It's more different from last year because we have multiple spots and multiple different players that can play, do everything. So our team is more expanded.
And we saw a lot of dunks last year. The slam in the fourth quarter was definitely a lot of theatrics. Are we going to be seeing a lot of that this year?
Most definitely.
All right, thank you, CJ, for joining us. As always, a pleasure. Great game tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. And next joining me is Jadis McFadden. Jadis, being one of the senior leaders coming into today's game, how was that feel in the locker room for you guys?
Felt good. We had energy, and we came out and showed.
And a lot of shots from the outside. You orchestrating the offense, is that something that you preach, or more Coach Behringer is preaching?
Sort of me, sort of Coach Behringer. He teaches us how to pass the ball, move, and once we all pass to each other, we score.
All right, thank you for joining us, Jadis. Great game tonight.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Now joining us, always a pleasure, Coach Behringer. Coach, Coach, it must have felt good. Come out, prove something, give an opening statement against a pretty solid conference opponent in West Deptford. What was the mindset going into the game today?
The mindset was just to really be patient and allow us to work on the things that we've already worked on, right? We need to be a little bit more disciplined and we're a little bit more patient, but the mindset was, to come in at home, to trust those things, to get some energy and momentum from the crowd, but also not let the crowd make us, play a little sloppy because that energy could get a little ramped up. So it was just a little bit of mindset.
Definitely a lot of energy and a lot of theatrics going on between both sides. What was your, stance on that?
You know what? You never want to encourage any type of, extracurriculars or anything to happen. Sometimes when you're caught in a game, you can't really decipher what's going on. So I can't really give you a proper assessment, but, obviously the goal is to make sure that everybody's safety is okay and that, the fans, are settled and that the guys take care of what we need to do. And I address the refs and I address my team on what it has to be. So order in that regard is always the goal. It's just that sometimes it becomes a whirlwind. So we'll take a look at it.
And we saw a lot of shots from the outside. I talked to the players a lot about that. A lot of threes and more of a 3-and-D style approach. Is that your system with the current players or something that you've wanted to incorporate for a long time?
I want the guys to take open shots. When they feel like they're open, take them, because once you try to put we're trying to find our identity, so maybe we could be that, but once you put a cap on those guys, then if you're telling them not to shoot, they have to figure out whether or not they are shooters, right? And then go through that process. So a lot of shots, I think a lot of guys, it was new, right? We got one freshman started, 2 sophomores starting, and then you could see Jadis played really well and very poised. CJ comes up big when he needs to and, plays, his presence is strong, but, a lot of things we need to work on as well. But the 3-and-D is we're trying to get the defensive part down. We would have liked the score to be a little bit, less and not give up too many opportunities to score and even fouls. But, we're still trying to find our identity.
And you talk about the 1 freshman and 2 sophomores starting on the young team. Can you talk about the talent these young guys bring to the table?
Yeah. No, they bring a ton of talent. They're and I say, it's no knock on people that aren't playing. It's just that I think we're going to be a very competitive team. And that's not to say we have, Walter coming back, in January. We have, Lord willing, Kelvin will come back. Hopefully Marquise is good. So when we start to put these pieces together, I think we could be really special. But kudos to the young guys for taking this and absorbing this and then, still getting a good win out of this.
As always, a pleasure to have you on the broadcast. I'm looking forward to many post-game interviews with you, Coach Behringer. I'm going to send it back to the booth with Brian McClernand.
Brown man Brian, too.
We'll take a look at our next TV game Saturday, as the girls will have their game against Seneca starting at 11 a.m. That'll be live on Channel 19, as well as be on YouTube, youtube.com/SterlingTV19. But that is going to do it here in the broadcast booth. I'm Brian McLaren, along with Jake Clark, Kevin Schulz, and we want to say so long here from the castle. And as always, go Knights.